It's the final episode of this 5-10 session.
You know why that's important, Jonathan?
I don't know why.
The final piece of the puzzle will be revealed during the session for the opportunity to win one entire dash. That's a lot of money we're giving away.
Yep, several $100s worth of dash. That's one full dash. All you got to do is let us know via Twitter who won each of the dash giveaway hands in all 4 episodes of this session. You can find them on YouTube if you haven't watched them all or need to go, write it down again.
Yep, details are in the description of this video. Meanwhile, Snuggie is raising the ace-queen out of the big blind. Mitsif had limped under the gun with queen 10 of hearts. Wonka also has a pretty hand. I can't imagine him folding here.
For a second, I thought he was reaching a little deeper and was going to put in a wacky 3-bet.
I would have not expected that.
Nope, me either. He's got a perfect calling hand, and he calls with it.
And Mitsif's in a little trouble here. He's going to lose at least 1 street, probably 2.
Snuggie, who loves the back doors, also has the backdoor nut flush. Mitsif certainly, as you said, Grant, going to call.
It's a backdoor nut flush draw for those who
Well,
were
it
confused by that.
would also be a backdoor nut flush if it comes in.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of both. Wonka has to throw away the gut shot.
Well, that is not a scary card for Mitsif. Snuggie has a reputation of doing some weird stuff sometimes. It's going to be hard to fold for Mitsif.
Let's see how Snuggie sizes it. Looks like he's going to bet a lot. Those are, I think he took, is that over $300?
If it's that big, it might be enough to get Mitsif to fold.
Let's see. 265. Okay, never mind.
I think Mitsif will call. I think Mitsif should call.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to call here for sure. What are you losing to besides, 5-7 got there, which is unlikely
over
to
pairs
have.
and ace queen.
Yeah. Weird other things like Snuggie might be 3-betting with some weird stuff too.
It wasn't a 3-bet.
It wasn't. It was just a normal raise.
Mitsif lived under the gun.
Oh, and he just raised.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not going to have queen 8.
Mitsif finds the fold, by the way, which
Nice job.
is a nice fold considering that I would not have folded, and
Yeah.
I would have lost more money unless the 10 came.
Mitzi has played a lot with Snuggie, and I'm going to guess that the sizing there made it easier for Mitsif to fold.
It wasn't that big, though.
No, I agree. And there were clubs out there. Snuggie, though, not going to show up with a worse queen almost ever.
That is true.
So Mitsif is basically just bluff catching there, because Snuggie also probably not apt to bet jacks very often there. Even Snuggie. He can do some weird stuff.
You could bet bluffs.
Yeah, so of course he could be betting bluffs. That's the one thing. Mitsif didn't think he was going to do it enough of the time.
Looks like Cantu is under the gun, and he blind calls.
Oh, and look at it. Once again, he's got a great hand to do
He
it
didn't
with.
blind raise, he blind called.
Yeah.
It's even worse for having a good hand.
Well, here's the good news. Action Aaron does raise it up.
Yeah. The
Although
question is going to be, does Cantu want to 3-bet?
he might not. He's going to be out of position. Action Aaron not going to fold very
Well,
often.
and nobody else called. That makes it easier to just call.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's 3-betting anyway.
Going to put it in. And Action Aaron does not even consider anything but an insta-call.
And it's only 85 more. He's got position. It's not a horrible idea to call here.
It's true. Does have a bit of a trouble hand, but can't just throw away pretty good hands all the time.
Cantu doesn't love that jack, but probably feels pretty safe. He's going to check anyway.
It's reasonable. Reasonable to check, and especially when Action Aaron checks back, you got to like it.
Well, you got to start betting now, right?
I have to imagine he's going to bet, and that's
just going to take it down.
Unless Action Aaron wants to get cute.
Could get value from lower pocket pairs sometimes.
Yep. Also draws, diamonds.
Yep.
Not so much spades. Maybe diamonds. 8-6. 9-10.
Aaron's going to fall out of his chair trying to look at his
8-9,
cards.
I guess. 8-9. Not 9-10, but 8-9.
I always get big hands on those straddle.
8-9, of course, a double gutter.
It's a nice little pot for Cantu there.
Yep, that 3-bet. Just pure value.
Pure value.
Got my option back.
Cantu's making it look like he's a lot of chips because he makes those fivers so high up. But I don't think there's anything behind those towers, It's a bit of a false front.
Strategies are strategies, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do I? I don't know what you're saying.
Strategies are strategies.
That's
right.
right.
Those are the
Words to live by.
Yeah.
But it's also harder.
Sun
to
Tzu,
bluff
I
a man
think,
with a job.
wrote that in The Art
Yeah.
of War. BMW Blake says, enough is enough.
That's,
I'm going to limp with ace-6.
Ace-6 offsuit.
Yeah. At least it's not ace-9, Grant.
Yeah, they're about the same.
Like he absolutely should be limping here, I think.
Yeah.
He does.
For sure.
Cantu gets to see a free one. Brendan Cantu, of course, WPT champion, multiple bracelet winner as well.
I said adage.
Jackson.
Poker time participant is the feather in his cap. Snuggie flops
Well
bottom
said.
2 here.
Yep. Besides that, Mitziv has top pair, and BMW Blake has the
I was
gunner
actually asking if it was kind of
and
like
2
a
overs.
And Blake's going to bet.
Yep.
an added.
It's not crazy. If he improves in any way, it's going to be hard to get any kind of action.
Isn't that a double gutter because he also has a gut shot with his ace?
It is not a double gutter, but
explain.
thank you for asking.
Yeah.
I'll let you look that up on Google. Snuggie's going to call, and he's got bottom 2. Pretty good deal.
I'm surprised he didn't raise there.
It's not. Yeah. There it is.
Well,
It comes right in.
See, he hit 2 gut shots. How is that not a double gutter?
Kind of like the way Jolly.
BMW Blake now really hoping Snuggie's got a hand with an ace in it that he's just forced to call down with.
Yep, that's the dream when you get the deuce 3, 4, 5 flop against a player whose range is ace heavy, which Snuggies is not in this
He
case.
could have ace 4. He could have ace 5.
Right, but the pot didn't play out in such a way that it's extremely likely his opponent has an ace. He also blocks the ace by having ace 6.
Blake just gets to show. Snuggie feeling unlucky. But you see, this is part of the problem for BMW Blake is that even Snuggie gets away from 2 pair easily and fast
Yeah.
when the 4th straight card
I mean,
comes
but
in.
he would have gotten paid by an ace.
Yes, no question about it. And also, that's one of the reasons why you bet the flop, right? So that way, so that way, when it comes in, you've already gotten paid a little bit. You've already gotten your street of value if it comes in, and you also, of course, have fold equity. Anyway, on to the next.
Is that how this works? We play one hand after another?
Well, this hand is going to be played after the last one. I can't speak for any future hands.
The future hands might be played before these
I don't
ones.
know about. I just feel like structure and order is not something is not one of my strengths. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
Looks like Sam's going to bring a little looseness to the game, opening 3 deuce suited plus 2.
Sam feels like people aren't playing enough hands, I guess.
Yeah,
So
and
he's gonna play-
he opens pretty big, makes it 35, giving himself some perceived fold equity, but Mitzif calls with 5-6 off.
So that didn't work out.
Cantu just calls with ace-queen off, and Aaron calls out of the big blind with a reasonable defending hand at this time.
The good news for Sam is no one's going to put him on this hand.
That is true.
The bad news for Sam is he has 3 high.
He flopped a deuce.
He actually flopped the best hand.
Yep, Cantu's got a gut shot.
Check.
Sam checks it, lets it check through, and now he has fallen behind.
Yeah, Aaron has the best hand. Mitzif has a gut shot now.
Sam's just hoping to improve, but a 3 will not do it.
A
5-4.
five.
Action Aaron makes 2 pair.
Yep.
Bet of 100.
Mitzif makes a 5. Don't think he's going to call. Nope, he's already folded.
I don't think Cantu's going to call either. He's just sad.
Yeah, it seems impossible for Cantu to make this call because.
Wow, he almost just
Whoa.
did, though.
Maybe he's thinking about. He just doesn't believe Action Aaron at all.
Trying to look around our dealer Josh there to get a good look at Action Aaron.
He's thinking, what could you have that you check the turn with that you can now feel you can bet?
4-5 makes a lot of sense.
4-5 does. Also could have made a straight.
3-6, yeah.
Ace 3.
He does
He
eventually
does
fold.
Yeah. There just wasn't enough there to call with ace high. Action Aaron could be value betting a 10.
Yeah, perhaps slight entitlement tilt there from Cantu.
Yeah, but he could let it go.
Yep. Didn't want to, that's for sure.
No. Well, you know what they say about all the best players? They don't like folding ace queen when the other guy bets into 4 players.
Oh, is that the phrase?
And you have ace high. I'm pretty. I don't remember exactly anymore. I'll admit.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's Bezos' theorem or something. I don't know.
That's Occam's razor, actually.
Oh yeah. It's hard to keep track of all these sayings.
Yeah.
What they're called.
Gotta get my theorem book. Wonka's got a pretty hand. And he's come up a lot in this session. I think he bought in for 1,000. He's at 3.5 now. Flopped a couple sets in the last episode and got paid big both times.
He might have opened. He might have started with 1,500, but either way, he's up more than a buy-in.
Yep.
Maybe several.
Well, this might hurt his chances to walk away winner, Jonathan.
Well, I don't know if he's even going to call out of position with Queen 10, even though it's suited. I think he's probably just going to fold.
It's a reasonably big 3-bet as well,
Yeah.
so I think he will because of the size. Maybe if it was 90, he would call.
Yep, there he is. Just uncaps his cards. He's staying out of those marginal spots.
I would struggle to fold Queen 10 suited against a Mitzif 3-bet once I open Queen 10 suited.
I think if you're in position, it's much easier to make that call than out of position, though.
I don't know if it's right to call, but I think I would.
Yeah, I don't think it is right. I think Wonka's probably correct there.
But I want to
fold.
call.
I know.
I want to see the flop.
I know.
Got Queen 10 of hearts, man. It's good.
It's
good
a
hand.
good. If you're playing a tournament or if you're very deep, of course you can call there. But
Just give
also,
me-
I don't know that Mitziv is 3-betting Wonka very much. He's
Yeah,
3-betting.
that's
but
true.
Wonka, people aren't 3-betting Wonka very much because Wonka's got the tightest ranges. So he
Yep.
can actually play tight against that until someone decides to open it up against him.
Is Snuggie going to play King 8? I'm going to say yes. Well, I was wrong.
I mean, he played it by folding.
Well, that's a good point.
Thank you.
Mitzvah raised King 10 off.
And we're just down to Digital Dan. I don't think he's going to call. Yeah,
No.
he gave a little shrug.
Little shrug. I don't need to play this
You
hand.
know what? I'm not going to play this one. That's why they call him Digital Dan, because of the shrugs. He gets. He needs someone with, as he likes to say, and this is his words, not mine. This is his verbiage. He needs someone with great digits, and he doesn't mean like numbers. He means like finger strength, not his own finger strength.
Wow. That was a complete failure.
I'm not done. There's more. Because
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Because the masseuse, he needs a masseuse with great digits. You know.
So that shrug was involuntary? Is that what you're saying?
That's where I'm. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. It could have worked out better than it did that one.
Yeah, that wasn't your best effort.
You know, sometimes the storm takes down the plane. Okay. So you're gonna play the 6-5 off. Everyone loves playing 6-5 off in early position.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Limping it seems, is
Yeah.
the popular way to do that.
Digital Dan did that last episode. He limped under the gun with 6-5 off. They're gonna force Sam to see a flop here with Jack Deuce.
Well, there's a gut shot for 6-5 off, and there's an 8 for Digital Dan. And 6-5 off also has a pair, of course.
Yeah.
35.
Digital Dan just throws it away. He could have called once there, but
Could have easily called there. It's okay to fold, though.
yeah, you got a guy behind you and
Yourself in some sticky situations.
a lot of bad cards, so on and so forth.
Dan's on my no action policy list.
Snuggie just said he wasn't gonna. I guess Dan's on my no action policy list. What do you think that means?
I think
It's like a no-fly list,
I think he's saying he thinks Dan is too tight and he doesn't want to give Dan action.
which is weird because Dan's the guy who 4-bet him with 4 high pre-flop, and when Snuggie insta-folded queens, and Dan showed.
Yep.
So seems like you wouldn't feel that way, but although Digital Dan is pretty tight. Having said that, but
Well, he's not going to limp Jack 5 suited under the gun, you would think, although he did limp 5-6 off under the gun.
Yeah.
Dan did.
it's true.
Aaron's going to try to punish the limper. Aaron should probably make it a little bit more if he wants to punish Snuggie's limp.
Yeah, also makes it really easy for Sam to call even in the small blind with a hand like King 10 suited. You bump it up a little bit more, Sam may decide to fold if it's 45 or something.
Sizing has gotten smaller as this game has gone on.
Yeah.
If you recall, the very first hand of the session, there were 2 limps, and then Cantu made it 75.
That's right.
Sam with the nut flush draw, Snuggie with bottom pair, Aaron with an open ender.
Pretty cool. I assume we're going to lose Snuggie once Sam doesn't fold.
I think Sam will just call probably.
On an ace-high board,
It
yeah.
is an ace-high board, yeah. It's going to be hard to get paid if a club comes in unless Aaron improves to a straight. And
Yeah.
Snuggie's going to call with his 5.
Wow. That is optimistic. Snuggie really wants to improve. I'm sure he knows he needs to improve. Although he doesn't.
I think everybody in the world is on Snuggie's no action list based on the way Snuggie plays.
I thought he wasn't going to give action.
He does have the best
just gave
hand.
action.
Somehow he has the best hand.
This would be incredible.
Well, he has 2 pair now. He's going to win this pot.
Wow. Got the improvement. He loved that check through.
Is Sam going to bluff it? No.
Decides not to. I think Snuggie overcalling makes it hard for him to bluff.
Snuggie's not going to get any action on this
No
bet.
way. And I can't imagine anyone's going to make a raise here because the story is not solid.
Not solid.
It's liquid or gaseous.
I like a good gaseous story.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember when that, back in 1978, when that helium was out over in the atmosphere over there? And then the oxygen walked up to it and he was like, "Hey, helium." What, you know why they call him Digital Dan?
Okay, I got a bone to pick with that story. If they're gaseous, how is the oxygen going to walk up to it? It's going to float up to it.
It makes, like, gas legs.
But it's not walking.
Yeah, but
It can't walk if it's gaseous.
you got to anthropomorphize your gases
You
when
are
you tell the stories.
insane right
Okay,
now.
whatever.
Cantu has a hand.
2 queens. Let's go. Aaron calls. Did he look? That's the question.
I think he did.
I think he did too. He's doing a very fancy call there.
Even Snuggie may not call this one. Yep.
Oh,
Wait,
no, he
I'm wrong.
Declares how bad his hand is and calls.
Huh.
Probably not the best way to do
You
that.
gotta love it if you're Brandon Cantu.
Yeah.
You're getting called by 5 high and Jack 6 when you got 2 queens. Pretty good deal.
It is. You don't know what you want to dodge against these guys, though. Well, now you feel pretty comfortable.
Yep. Hard to get any action.
I don't imagine he will, but at least he has that feeling of comfort right now as he bets that he can just never fold and be okay with that.
He's praying someone has something they somehow want to raise, but like, come on, Snuggie, have 9-7. Have 8-6 and decide to put some more action in. Come on. But that's it. This is one of the things about poker. You can't just flop a set. You usually need to flop a set and have someone else either lose their mind or flop a very good hand.
Yep.
And, you know, that's asking a lot.
Top set in particular makes it very hard to get paid.
Yeah. Because now they don't have top pair almost ever.
Not usually.
Now they need to have an overpair, a set themselves, 2-pair, or a monster draw. It's just asking a lot.
Looks like Cantu has blind limped again. It's his new strategy.
Really interesting. We've seen a lot of blind raises. Until Cantu came to this game, in the history of Poker Time, that's a blind raise from Action Aaron.
Yep.
Over the blind limp. That's great.
You can't exploit me with your blind limp. I'll
right.
exploit you with my blind race. Digital Dan. We said at the same time. That's cool.
It was incredible. Let's see a raise, Digital Dan.
Well,
No, okay.
Aaron has a pretty reasonable hand for the blind raise there.
Digital Dan has a way better hand and would have gotten called for sure if he put in a big raise.
Yeah, Dan's been playing very passively pre-flop this entire session.
Yeah.
Except for when he 4-bet Snuggie with 4 deuce.
That's right. When you have a hand that's good, this is a great time to do it, especially when your rep pre-flop is a little bit shaky.
Let's have King, Queen, 8 flop.
Okay. Sure, why not? Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Cantu dominated, but takes the lead.
Dominated in both spots.
Now reverse dominating.
And Aaron calls quickly with
He's
King,
the king
Queen.
of spades.
Yeah, he does have the king of
It's
spades.
got to be
two
back doors
backdoors.
and 2 overs.
Well, there's one of the back doors.
Digital Dan got to be kicking himself.
I like how you emphasize that with such strength.
Thank you. That is not going to be enough of a back
Cantu
door.
is betting again. That is a little strange.
He's clearly putting Action Aaron on spades.
Or Jack 9, maybe.
Yeah, but on a draw for him to bet again. Maybe he thinks if Action Aaron has a 10, he's probably going to bet anyway, and so it's all the same, but he wants to charge the draws.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Anyway, Cantu doesn't have to dodge now a jack or a king, which is what he was going to have to do. Just gets to take the pot.
That's how you win with Queen 8. You blind limp. Digital Dan doesn't raise ace queen.
Yeah,
And
that's
you win.
right. Digital Dan just raised ace queen. It would have been all Digital Dan all the time. It would have been the Digital Dan channel. 24 hours of double Ds.
I think we should make a YouTube channel called the Digital Dan channel, and that should be the slogan.
It's always nice to say something where you have a truly surprised laugh like that. You know, it doesn't happen much in my life. It's hard to make you laugh, buddy. You're tough. You're tough. That was great. I guess you laugh a lot, but you know what I'm saying.
I have joy in my life. I laugh.
Apparently.
Oh, look at this. This is loose for Wonka.
What the heck is he doing?
This is. Does he need some B12 or something? What's going on?
Did he think it was the 10 of clubs?
Maybe.
Little does he know Brandon Cantu has the 10 of clubs. But easy win for Wonka. He's probably thinking, why don't I do that more?
I would like to see how Wonka adjusts his ranges if we had like an ante. Like the big blind posts a $10 ante plus the 5-10 game. Would Wonka open up his ranges, you think?
You probably feel like obligated to open them up a little bit, but not a lot. He might just size everything bigger too, though. And in this game where they're going to call a lot, he may be able to make enough value that way that it works out fine. You know, actually, even if they fold, it's fine. Like sizing bigger is just going to work better in an ante spot, right? They fold, you make more money because they don't contest it. They call, you make more money because they're calling with bad ranges.
Through you?
BMW Blake, still don't know why he's called that. I'm still curious.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm curious as to how Wonka's going to play these fish hooks, Jonathan.
Oh, nice.
That's what they call them.
They're not just hooks, huh? They're fish hooks.
Yeah, fish hooks.
They're like upside down candy canes.
You could call it that.
That's what I call them. Upside down candy canes.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Wonka's sizing, by the way, has decreased significantly. He's 2.5xing it now.
Well, that's what he did, and he just won the blinds with it, so I think he's just trying to stay consistent. This is going to be the end of all things, I got to believe.
The end of all things. Wow.
Yeah.
That is morbid.
It doesn't have to be morbid.
I guess
endings can be wonderful.
Nothingness might be beautiful.
Exactly. Why you got to be such a downer, bro?
Sorry. That is totally on me.
You're the morbid one, and that's fine.
I'm taking it.
No, you're right. You took it.
Yeah.
This time.
Wonka gets to win with the jacks.
Wonka's so glad no one check raised him there.
Yeah, that would have been a tough spot, and he probably would have folded.
Well, I don't know if Action Aaron check raises you. Can you just fold 2 jacks? I don't think you can.
I think Wonka might have.
Ah, fair enough. But I don't know if you can really fold there.
No, I don't.
Jacks. You think you just have to call and
lose all your money?
have it all
eventually.
work out? Yeah, yeah. Hold on for dear life. Maybe if the 4 pair's on the turn, he bets again, you can find a fold.
Maybe.
Probably not. If you're wondering why Sam is dressed like that, he has a bet with someone about how much of his body he can cover up.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, with sweatsuit type materials.
Well, Mitzvah's in a great spot here. Ace Jack against Jack 9.
Yeah.
Then Blake's going to get in with the 5 deuce of spades. So spades are also a little rare.
Like the Chupacabra.
And somehow Cantu flops the best hand anyway.
Has been lately dominated and flopping the best hand.
And he's
Probably
going to
gonna
bet
do it, right?
I imagine so.
You
Unless
can't
this-
see the flop, but it's a 9-high board.
Blake might have flopped something. I can't remember. Oh, he has a gut shot, and he raised.
Oh,
That's
well,
interesting.
Well. Things just got a little bit more interesting. Blake doing this without even a backdoor flush draw on top of his gutter.
I kind of like check raising a gut shot in this spot, though. I think it's a pretty cool play.
I like it too, especially against Cantu's.
And now Blake picks up a
Range.
deuce. That makes it weird. I guess he's going to keep bluffing because it makes sense to keep bluffing.
He just got called, yeah, when he check raised. Cantu has something. Cantu not folding. Boy, this is gonna be. It could be a very interesting river. If
Yeah,
Blake
really
decides
could.
not to give up. We get a nice brick. Show me a brick.
Well, okay, Blake made 2 pair.
Wow. Blake's
So
gonna
now
go.
he's backdoored 2 pair.
He's
He's
gonna
going to
go for
bet
some value.
125, a tiny bet. He's giving Cantu a great price, and that should maybe set off some alarm bells for Cantu.
Cantu could decide to raise a just in case thing, but he may think his hand is just too good. Yeah, he throws it in like.
He's
knowing
not going to like what he sees here.
Oh boy. There's the smile from BMW Blake, and there is the less happy look from Brandon Cantu.
Yeah.
How did this happen? That's what I think he's probably.
That's not usually how you end up winning when you check raise a gut shot.
Nope.
He just went right
No, it's not.
I bet you I'll flop the shit out of him too.
At least it was only 125 on the river, Brandon.
Bet his bet.
I do like Blake's idea to check raise a gut shot there if you're going to have a check raising range.
Also, the original raiser checked. Cantu was on the button and
Right.
bet on a low board that's better for Blake's range than even for Cantu's. Cantu might just be betting as the button or be betting some marginal hands. I really like that play.
Yeah.
It didn't work, but it worked. You
It
know?
worked because you got runner 2 pair, obviously.
Pretty sure the Uber driver phoned that one.
Cantu did have a pretty good read of the situation, though, until the river. Right?
Yep.
I mean, and even then, it's like, well, how am I supposed to be losing here unless he check raised a gutter?
I only have to be right like 1 out of 5 times,
Yeah.
so I might as well call.
So I don't think. I mean, I think he was probably correct on all streets. Like,
Yep.
He probably had a good read on Blake.
Well, Aaron is choosing the nut low. Take to battle against the digital one.
Never a good idea. It's like bringing a axe to a fight that doesn't involve
It's
axes.
Where
they ban axes.
the commission has banned axes
Yeah, they're
in the
like-
year 2011.
yeah,
and,
they're like, you can't have that.
and
axe.
it's 2013. You can't bring the axe.
It's like a really bad idea to bring. I mean, what are you going to do with that? You just have to set it aside, like in the locker room. Okay.
It's like trying to bring a beverage through the airport. Dan makes trips, and Aaron has nothing, so Aaron might keep betting. No,
Aaron does check. That's probably a good give up, although Dan could have hearts.
Dan's probably going to bet
Straight
this
draws.
because Aaron has a lot of aces in his range here.
Yeah, I like this bet by Digital Dan. Aaron's supposed to have something.
Unfortunately for Dan, Aaron has the nut low.
Yeah. Now, if Dan had checked, possibly Aaron would have taken a shot because the ace came in. But if Aaron actually had a bad ace, he might have just checked it back. He might have bet, though, actually. He's Aaron. He might have bet.
He might have.
It's close. It's
Yeah.
close. Also, Queen Jack does come in.
I think betting is better than checking for Dan there on the river.
Yeah, you're just going to get called by all the aces and maybe
Yeah.
some other stuff, too, because the flush draw miss.
Right.
I agree.
It's not what you flop, it's what you river.
But if Dan can only see the hands, you know?
Well, then he would. I mean, he can, but he likes the game to have integrity. You know, he doesn't
Yeah,
allow
he-
himself to
he
use his powers.
Chooses not to see the hands, although
Yeah.
he can. That's what they say. You know, the digital one is a digital man.
He's benevolent.
Digital Dan. Digital Dan.
Yeah, I've heard that song.
Somebody on YouTube in the comments put like many verses of of a digital Dan.
Oh, yeah,
song
they
out
did.
there. Like 7 verses or something like that. We salute you.
We have a pop brewing here. Cantu
Yeah.
chose some big sizing, like I was referring to earlier. Made it 75 over the limp. Got called by Action Aaron's pocket nines, and we're gonna go heads up to the flop.
Though Cantu's hand is worse, he's going to win way more than Action Aaron. You would think. Well, this is
a flop that he's not going to win on.
Well, not yet. He's going to need some big cards. Like kings and queens are good. Action Aaron checks it right back.
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Well, all right. Cantu's not going to win now.
Nope.
Aaron, I imagine, will start betting for value.
I mean, when Cantu checks the second time, it's you got to get some value, right? Usually he's just going to fold, but...
No, he doesn't believe because he has ace high and he thinks that's good enough against Action Aaron, which is true.
Yeah, Action Aaron could have a lot of things here, including hearts,
all right.
straight draws.
Another 3 comes in. That shouldn't change anything.
No.
If Cantu was ahead before, he's still ahead, but we're going to get another data point here when Aaron bets.
Yeah. 325 in the pot. Let's see how Aaron sizes it. We know he's going to bet. What do you think? I think you can go a little chunky here once he calls the turn, right? Let's see. Is that
225.
Huh. Cantu
is not immediately folding. I think... I mean, what if Aaron's accidentally bluffing with the best hand here? He could have like ace 10 or ace jack sometimes.
That's true, but mostly he's not. Mostly he's not going to. He's often going to check that back.
Looks like he's going to call.
Whoa,
oh, he puts it in. And Aaron gets max value with his 2 9s there.
Near max value anyway.
Hey guys, we're going to get right back to the action, but we got to take a moment and tell you about Dash Digital Cash.
Dash Digital Cash is an awesome cryptocurrency. It has instantaneous transactions. It has super cheap transactions. I'm talking about 1 penny. That is insane. It's very useful. It should be adopted by everybody. And to start adopting it, you go ahead and download the Dash wallet by using the links in the description of this video.
Yep, it's fantastic. If you want to know more about Dash, we actually made a 5-minute video explaining all the benefits, how it works and everything. It's right up here. So you can check that out too. Otherwise, let's get back to poker time.
Aaron's still stacking chips from that last hand before the break.
Yep, Cantu's lost a couple in a row here, and the players all know the session is drawing to a close in about a half hour. I wonder if he's going to scramble to get some profits or just kind of play his normal game.
Good question. I mean, one thing we've seen, and one of the things which just cost him, is he's twice now not believed Action Aaron. Action Aaron had him both times.
Yep.
And he actually didn't believe Blake either. He was correct not to believe Blake.
Yeah.
Until the river, but he's been heroing and it has not worked out.
It's a pretty unlucky spot against Blake there.
Yeah.
Mitzvah with king queen off. Raise it up.
He's gonna drive that hand out of the
How's speaking going for you?
out of the shop. Drive that hand out of here. BMW Blake drives a lot.
Yep.
You know why they call him BMW Blake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
You don't have to tell him.
I don't have to tell you. You already know.
We got king queen action here.
Look at those clean equities.
Well, unless something weird happens, we're probably just going to end up chopping.
Seems hard to imagine we're not going to chop. I guess it could come out running diamonds and someone could take a shot.
Yeah.
But usually you won't see that, especially with Digital Dan on the button.
Start playing 4 nights a week now, aren't you?
Is that a raise?
It is a raise.
Wow, Digital Dan.
That's an interesting raise.
He is,
Well,
I guess he charged the draws.
yeah.
You can probably get called by worse kings.
I think you can, and there's no 2 pair out there, really.
Yeah.
So
Problem
you're
is
losing to
ace
king.
and aces and sets all
Yeah.
are out there.
Okay. You don't have
But
to bet the river, though, if you don't want to.
If you're going to raise top pair second kicker, that's a decent board to do it on.
Yep. I think you probably should even... Well, let's see what the river is before we decide if we should bet for value. What do you say?
All right. Well, it's a diamond,
That's
so
an
I
easy
think it's
check
just going to
back.
go check, and we're going to chop it up.
you're going to end up buying a triplex, aren't
Digital Dan, move in. He'll fold. He'll fold. Digital Dan.
And look at how sick this is. Mitzvah gets 10, and Dan
I
gets
know.
5
Twice
because
as
of
much.
position.
Twice as much money.
That doesn't seem fair.
Gets to double it up.
Someday we'll live in a world where the digital race is respected and treated equally.
Wow. You just went there, huh?
Yeah.
First of all, we've talked about this, and the Poker Guys is not about making political statements, but you let that out a little bit there.
Well, as far as the digital ones have been trodden upon.
That is not the point. The point is this is about poker. It's not about protecting and speaking up for people who are.
I just see Digital Dan there. He's such a beautiful person.
Wow.
And he gets half as much as Mitzvah.
Yeah. It's it's the way of the world, man. The 1%. I don't know. All right, moving on. Mitzvah, look at it, loving that $10 profit.
Oh, he's so happy.
Definitely what he's talking about right there.
Yep. It's like, I'm going to buy some more shirts.
I mean, I hope that's what that money goes to. Good Lord.
He's kind of passive aggressive. When he wants to fire something.
Aaron's going to limp 10-7. Blake's going to limp 9-7 suited. Sam's going to limp 2 3s. Wonka's going to limp Queen 7 suited, I believe.
Wonka's the only guy at this table who actually looks like he lives in Portland, based on how he's dressed.
Cantu kind of does. He's like could have just gotten back from a hike or something.
Okay, you know what? You're right. Cantu also. Brandon Cantu, Wonka. Everyone else, outsiders. All right, lots of hands. 9-7 for Blake. Huge flop for BMW Blake.
By the way,
actually.
Sam has a Trailblazers head on, so that's
Yeah,
pretty
but
Portland.
let's just not talk about that. Anyway, BMW Blake with pair and a flush draw. Is he going to get any action? That's the question.
I don't think so.
Yeah, me either.
Unless Aaron decides to call with his gut shot.
Seems unlikely.
Yep. Wins and shows. Blake's been showing all night.
Yeah, he really
It's
has.
a bit of a more reasonable time to start showing when we're almost done. He's thinking, these guys are going to see it anyway. But earlier on, you might want to conceal some of that.
Yeah, although he did get paid by Brandon when he was bluffing the whole way and got lucky. But
Yeah, I don't think that was related.
no, me either. In fact, maybe that's one of the reasons why Brandon was calling him down, which isn't what you want.
No.
Up until the river. And even then, you're hoping you don't get raised. Remember, that river had 3 clubs and 4 to a straight out there. It's actually a nice value bet by Blake.
Was,
a lot of people
was
are
there
gonna
really
give up.
4 to a straight? I thought it was 3.
I'm pretty sure it was 4 to a straight.
I'm going to have to rewind the tape.
Yeah, because there's a gut shot and then he went running 2 pair.
You're right.
No need to rewind anything. By the way, this is digital. There's no rewinding.
Cantu has done his blind limp thing again.
It is fascinating. Who does that? No one. No one. I don't think I've ever in my life seen a blind limp in a no-limit game.
Yeah, have you ever played with WPT champion Brandon Cantu?
I have.
Okay, well then, I don't understand.
Yeah. But it's cool. I mean, just because it's weird.
Snuggy's got way the best of it here.
Snuggy's just paying him around the clock. He's just sitting at home.
And he flops an open ender. Nobody else flops anything. If Snuggy wants this pot, it's his.
Brandon wants it.
Yep, it's not his though, because Snuggy's going to at least call.
Yep. Brandon's going to need to dodge some cards and keep firing to win this one. Or I guess he could just hit a 6 or a deuce. That may do it sometimes. I think he get bluffed even if he does.
Well, it's all going to come down to who has the heart.
Brandon checks it right back.
Looks like a give up.
Sort of let's see if anything happens.
Well-
Yeah, Snuggy made the nuts.
Second nuts.
Okay, you're right.
Pretty
but
good though.
Snuggy's got to feel really good about his hand.
He's just hoping Brandon has something.
Brandon isn't even,
Brandon folds before the bet goes in. And that's a disappointing feeling when you make a straight on the river.
Snuggy shows. Brandon doesn't even look up to see that Snuggy made the second nuts there.
No.
Not interested. He had 6 high. It don't matter.
Not time to call it a day.
Whatever you got me, Snuggy. That's what he's thinking.
For your street credit.
Or he's setting an open-faced Chinese hand on his phone. One of those things.
Or, it could be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Definitely possible.
We're gonna frost the tips again. Spring. It's called Snuggy in July.
We just learned about Snuggy in July frosting his tips. That's interesting.
Brings out the
That's the word I was going to use for it. Interesting.
Action Aaron. King 3. Knows there's not that many hands left. Wants to play. He is Action Aaron.
He's also making it 50. Much more than what we're seeing. We've been seeing it 30, 25, 35.
Yep.
Let's see if Cantu decides to defend this.
Looks like he's raising.
What does he got?
2 tens. Definitely good enough to raise against Aaron's range. Although it gets tricky if you get 4-bet, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Very tricky. But he's been doing this. He's been
And
rebetting tens.
Aaron has called with the King 3 suited, so this is great value for Cantu.
Indeed. Hey, just like last time when he 3-bet tens, it's a jack-high board. This time he's going to continue, though.
Yep.
It's interesting. He didn't do it last time. He's doing it this time in a similar spot. Action Aaron really...
This time the sizing was bigger. Maybe that has to do with it.
Yeah, he made it 50.
Yeah.
Or 150, excuse me. Yeah, because it was 50 and then 150 instead of 30 and 75 or 30 and 100 or whatever. Yeah. More to win. Nice little pot there.
Yeah.
Cantu squeezing value out of pocket pairs in ways that a lot of people won't.
Right.
I mean, it's higher variance. But
What do you think he does if Aaron 4-bets, though? Do you think he's just going to dump it? He's got
think- I think
1,000 stack.
Yeah, I mean, I think he probably is. If it's a committing 4-bet, if it's just too much and the implied odds aren't there, I think he is going to dump it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Which sucks, but I think it's just what you have to do
That's
with
what
2 tens
sucks.
in that spot.
It kind of sucks not to get the value of 3-betting against Action Aaron with 10s, but it also sucks that you might have to fold to a 4-bet.
Yeah.
is a great place for Dash to be.
I don't know. I will say I have seen Brandon Cantu make some pretty loose calls when people have made big 3 or 4 bets against him.
Yeah, he might just go with it. He might
may-
be willing to put his 1K in there against
Yeah.
Aaron specifically, at least.
He might also think, my 3-betting range is pretty wide. 10s are still pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to not fold.
He's just going to call with ace-jack, even as you say his 3-betting range is pretty wide against
Yeah.
Mitzvah's button open. So good job, Levy. Perfect analysis.
He's mixing it up, man. Mitzvah flops best, and no one else says anything.
Yep. Probably just going to bet and take it.
Yeah. Unless Brandon decides to get very stubborn.
Or
Continue to
Aaron.
hero.
Aaron could get stubborn and raise. We've seen Aaron do stuff like
Yeah.
that.
But that's that.
Nothing.
Still haven't come up with the giveaway winner. For
Oh,
this,
yeah.
For this.
We should probably do that at some
We should
point.
do that pretty soon. Maybe the winner of this hand, this upcoming hand. What do you say? This next
Yeah,
hand.
next hand. Whoever wins this next hand is going to be the answer for the Dash giveaway. That's the last answer.
Wow. So you write this one down. Tweet at us with all 4 winners of the Dash giveaway hand in each of the 4 episodes of this session, our 510 with Brandon Cantu session. Tweet at 2 Poker Guys. And all you have to do besides that is include a Dash wallet address.
You can
Just
see
a public address.
You can find the link to Dash wallets in the description of this video. You can also find more details on the contest.
Yep. It's really easy to do, and we're going to pick one lucky winner who gets, of course, everything correct. They're going to win 1 Dash. Currently valued at around $600. Sometimes it's a lot more. Sometimes a little bit less. It's volatile stuff.
And there is, of course, no obligation involved.
Right. What do you mean? We're obligated.
Well, yeah,
Right.
what I mean is they don't have to give us anything in order to
Oh, yeah.
enter the contest.
There's nothing else to do. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to pick one and send it to that address, whatever they send us.
Yep.
That's going to be that. And we're going to announce it. That's it.
Well, I think the winner of this hand might be Action Aaron.
Well, we don't know what BMW Blake's hand is, though.
It's possible
we're
that
gonna
Aaron could
see.
lose. Well, that's a bad card for Aaron against a blind hand. It's possible that it's BMW Blake.
Action Aaron. Looks like BMW Blake not... Yeah, he's talking, and he's clearly not playing anymore.
All right, so the answer for the 4th episode is Action Aaron.
Okay. We'll take Aaron. We'll take AA. We'll take Action Aaron. It's all good. Just make it clear that's who you're talking about.
Yep.
All right. That's pretty exciting.
Yep.
Someone's going to win 1 Dash. As you see, we are sponsored by Dash Digital Cash. There they are on the felt.
Is that why we're giving away the Dash?
I mean, those things are not coincidental this time.
Yeah.
This time. There's Sam. As you see, he is contractually obligated to have his entire body covered up except the things that are necessary to play poker with. So just hands and face.
Okay.
Got to have your face exposed to play poker.
I don't understand that.
And
but-
hands as well. In Portland. That's the law. in
Oh,
Portland,
okay, because
obviously.
I was thinking about Phil Locke for a second.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't usually expose his face.
He hasn't played in Portland?
It's true. Huck Seed has.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Not that long ago.
Yeah. That was kind of strange. All right, so Visual Dan gonna check. Mitzvah with the best hand, just gonna win.
All right, I'm ready for these guys to start mixing it up a little bit, you know?
Okay.
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's
You
get
should let
dancing,
him,
guys.
You should let him know.
I'm
Call him
telling-
up. Call him up.
I'm telling them right now, and if they're listening, and they should be. Oh, there's a blind
Hey,
raise.
it worked.
See? I called it.
That's amazing.
They listen.
How'd you do that?
They're good people. That's not Wonka who did that.
Is it Wonka?
It's Wonka.
Wonka.
Wonka thinks they need to mix it up.
What's
that is
happening?
something else.
How did that happen? Why did that happen?
That is really unusual.
We've seen him do it a couple times in the past, I think. but-
Usually it's as part of everyone else doing it.
Yeah. Well, Blake's not going to let it go by, but it looks like he's just going to limp,
Blake likes to limp.
especially in late position, which
Yep.
is the best place to limp, probably.
Digital Dan absolutely could raise it up here.
Looks like he's going to 80, I think, is what he's making it.
55? Nope, you're right. It's 80.
I like 80 a lot better than 55.
Wonka's already regretting.
And Blake's probably going to fold, too. He is in position, but his hand doesn't play very well.
No, it doesn't. Digital Dan, he's folding a little too quickly there. Let Blake release
Blake
the
could
cards,
call the
man.
Blake could call the floor on that one.
I would guess Blake actually said, I fold. But
Yeah.
even so, just a little tip, everyone. Do not release your hand until they award you the pot.
Yeah, you don't want to end up in a bad situation there.
Yeah. Like, there's no reason to do it. There's no reason ever to release your hand until they award you the pot. So don't ever do it. I've actually gotten into things where the dealer's trying to take my hand, and I was like, just give me the pot, and I'll let go. And like,
Did you fight? Did you have a physical fight?
No, I usually, once that no one else has cards, I'm letting them. They can take the hand. But in case if there's any possibility of confusion, don't release your hand. There's just no reason.
I agree.
I've seen bad things go down.
Cantu's raising flair and style has changed as the session has come to a close. He's slamming those chips down.
Yep. Wonka has a calling hand for sure.
Yep. It's dominated, and he doesn't even have a suited hand. I'm going to take Cantu in this one.
Okay. Nice job.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Wonka, of course, has the backdoor straight and flush draw. Cantu only.
You want to take Wonka? I take Cantu?
Hold on, let me see what happens here. I'll tell you in a second. I'm going to take Cantu.
No, I already took.
Oh, okay, I'm not going to take Wonka.
Okay.
I'm going to take the field.
Good bet.
Thanks. Yeah, Wonka did that blind raise. No one else is doing a blind raise. Often we get it. They'll get into it where they'll do either a round of blind raises or everyone just does blind raises for an hour. But Wonka just sort of did it.
I guess he's feeling good. He's up a bunch.
Yeah. Blind raising can get you in trouble though. Like you end up seeing a flop that you wouldn't have seen, losing a lot of money. Those things happen.
It does happen.
I guess Wonka feels confident in his post-flop abilities.
Cantu's made it 30, and Aaron has called here. We don't know what anybody's hand is.
It's better not to know sometimes, though, don't you think?
I guess for this hand, we're not going to know anybody's hand.
Good. We'll play it blind. We never do anymore. Snuggy's going to
call, it looks like. So I'm not even going to begin to try to guess Snuggy or Aaron's hand.
Good idea. Cantu probably has
Cantu, I'm going with Queen Jack offsuit.
I'm going to go a little better. I'm going to say King Jack suited.
Oh, but you think a Jack, though.
Well, we both flop top pair.
Yeah.
As Brandon Cantu. Snuggy's going to check. Cantu's going to continue. I like our spot, Grant.
I mean, he has a Jack a lot of the time here when he continues into two
Action,
players.
Aaron is going to call.
It's a 7-8 Jack 2 diamond board. There it is. So Aaron
Snuggy is going to call as well.
Wow. Okay, so I think Snuggy's got 8-9. That's my guess.
Action Aaron with diamonds.
Yep, and Cantu's got Queen Jack.
5-6 did get there, but I think Cantu, if he has a hand as good as top pair, is going to fire again. He can just bet fold. Oh, he's going to check, though. Not feeling so good about his Jack.
Yeah, maybe no.
Anymore.
Maybe no Jack.
Against these guys, I think he's firing all Jacks.
Aaron could have 5-6 if he bets here.
Cantu could have 9-10 or something.
Oh, Aaron checks it.
Sorry, a 9s or 10s. Checks through, and there's a 9. Interesting.
Well, I wonder if anybody has a 10.
Let's see if anyone tries to rep one. Snuggy's not going to rep it. Cantu's not going to rep it. Actually, I should have a showdownable hand here.
Let's see what we got.
Looks like diamonds.
Diamonds for Aaron, 5-8 for Snuggy, so he had a pair of 8s.
That's Snuggy, not Cantu? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And
Cantu had nothing, I guess.
He could have like ace, queen of diamonds. He probably would have bet that again on the turn some of the time, right?
Yeah, well, we were both wrong about Cantu, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I did say Snuggy had 8-9. I was close-ish on that one.
Sure.
But he had 8-5. How far away is that?
Several pips.
Okay. Okay, buddy. You can try to tear me down. You try your best.
Look at it this way, Aaron.
Is that like reverse psychology or something?
No, I'm just letting you know this is a dangerous thing to try to do. You know how I got the back of the digital one? You think the digital ones don't got my back?
It looks like Brandon Cantu has at least called. We can't see if he's called. Oh, he has called again.
It's the thing. He likes to blind call out of the under the gun spot.
Colin Cantu. That's his new name.
Oh, yeah?
Colin Cantu. It's great.
Wait, that sounds like
with an apostrophe at the end of Colin.
yeah. It just sounds like the name Colin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
Colin, like Colin Farrell or something like that. Farrell, whatever.
Colin Farrell.
I guess
Wolf?
we go big.
I thought you were a movie fan.
I am. I love movies, and I love that movie that he's in. What was that movie?
Phone booth.
Actually, I do love Phone Booth, but no.
Hey, look at this.
Wonka.
Is this the first time we've seen aces this entire session?
I don't believe so. I think we've seen it at least one other time. We've seen kings a bunch.
Yeah, we have. Well, so far it doesn't look like Wonka's going to get any action with his aces, though.
By the way, the movie is In Bruges.
Yeah,
so good.
phone booth. You're just using a weird accent when you say phone booth or something?
In Bruges is amazing.
No, it's pronounced phone booth.
Written and directed by Martin McDonough, who, of course, also wrote
Is
and
also
directed
stuck in a phone booth.
3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, which is, a well-nominated.
Hey, look at this.
Action Aaron.
Action Aaron is giving action.
He sure is.
Living up to his name.
And look, these guys are deep.
Yeah, this could go real bad for
This
Wonka.
may actually not be a terrible call for Action Aaron because how crazy deep they are.
Can Wonka bet on this flop? I don't know.
Against Action Aaron, you might decide to, but you could also you're so deep, maybe you don't want to get yourself in trouble.
Yep.
Where you feel like you're obligated to call a check raise. You can obviously bet this turn now.
Yeah, you
or
can
call.
start trying to get a little value, although there's none to be had, as Aaron has 4 high.
Action Aaron not so interested in taking shots in this session. We've noticed. Like
Yeah,
he's
not-
been more
Not as much as usual.
Yeah, he usually is bluffing a lot. He really hasn't been. He's still playing a wide range, but less aggressive.
This should end things here, and Wonka will be simultaneously disappointed and relieved.
It's just fine to win with aces. Usually, as Doyle says, you win a small pot or lose a big one, unless you win a really big one. which can happen
or
too.
unless you're like Wonka in the first ever session of Poker Time where he won a $5,000
Yeah.
pot off of Batiste with aces against
Well,
kings.
to Doyle, that's a small pot.
Okay,
So
that's
then it's
yeah,
small
yeah,
pot.
okay.
You'll get there
That's-
because I'm like
that's what it's referring
$400
to.
behind you.
But yeah, like there's lots of ways to win a really big pot with aces. Also,
Yeah.
like get it in 3 or flop a set while they flop a set or have a big hand.
Or yeah, or like
Be up against a
have
crazy person who
a
loses
person
their
who
mind.
won't fold top.
Exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. Or like raises you with top pair and stuff like that. It's great.
Action Aaron's definitely playing this hand.
This is the same hand Cantu had a few hands ago when we couldn't see everything. Right?
Action Aaron just limps, huh? He made
Wow.
it 50 pre. Last time he was under the gun with King 3 of diamonds.
You don't know-
limps King Jack of diamonds.
This guy, it's like he's a bingo machine or whatever. Where you never
Yeah.
know what's going to come out. It's always surprising. It could be an I. It could be a no.
It can't be anything else though.
It could be a B.
No,
Could
all
be
the
a
Bs
G.
are gone.
B8. I should have had a B8. All right. Action Aaron flops best. No one else flops anything.
This is probably just gonna end things.
Action Aaron. That's right, because he limped. I was going to say it's a really small bet, but he limped. I don't know about this limping thing with King Jack suited, but whatever.
Well, he made a little more than he would have, maybe.
Maybe. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't care.
Better to raise. So, what do you think Blake's doing there on that phone? Is he texting cars? I feel like he's actually texting cars, like Teslas and stuff that are self-aware, sentient.
Like Transformers? Like
no
GM cars?
GM cars, but not Transformers. Transformers are not actually cars. They just look like cars. They transform into something that looks like a car. They're aliens. He's actually texting real cars. It's completely different. Not happy with that hand.
I guess not. Or
Sam
he's
is-
really afraid he saw a spider. Sam gonna bump it up to 35, it looks like, with 2 5s.
Snuggie Mitz have already folding. You could see the way he's holding it.
Cantu
Cards.
with a nice looking hand.
Yep, totally reasonable, even in the small blind to call there.
Brandon big jump.
Action Aaron says, I've got standards. Get out, Queen 7 off.
Yeah, I am the guy who only plays good hands.
Yeah, you aren't good enough for me. 50th percentile hand. Nobody likes this flop, but it's better for Sam for sure. Decides to check it back. That's not crazy. Certainly could have bet it.
Well, I think Sam's going to bet for protection now if Cantu checks again.
Cantu feels like Sam's got a showdownable hand
Oh.
and isn't taking a shot. That's pretty reasonable.
Queen is a little scary for Sam. Cantu can have plenty of queens, so I guess we'll just check and Sam gets to win. It would be a real surprise if Cantu got to win that hand the way Sam played it. Real surprise.
Yeah, I mean, Cantu could have taken a shot on the turn in the river. I mean,
I just mean once they checked it down.
Oh. Well, I see what you mean. If we're blind to the hand.
Yeah.
Sam could have ace high and Cantu could have a small pair.
He could.
But I
But
agree.
there's an ace on the board.
Right. Well, then he has ace high, even if he has a king in his hand. If he has king jack, he's got ace high, right?
That's a reasonable point, and I'm sorry I said anything.
I'm sorry, too. Digital Dan getting in on the blind raising action. Now, is it a blind raise if you can't see through those dash glasses? Is every raise blind?
Yes.
I think so.
Sam's got another pocket pair. Going to make it 50 this time because of the blind raise.
Yep. Makes sense to me. Get this limp in stuff. Let's win that money.
Aaron seems to
I can't
be
tell. Okay.
locking it up a little bit. Usually he'll play that, even though a lot of players won't.
BMW Blake, 3.3K in front of him. Very playable hand. Already got $10 in there.
Digital Dan only has to call 30 to win 125.
Digital Dan has a little bit of a love affair with the 4-deuce.
I mean, who doesn't?
We've seen him 4-bet the 4-deuce pre. We've seen him check raise on like a Jack
True.
8-9 board with 4-deuce before.
And he flopped a gut shot with 4 deuce here. So
And it's often going to check through on this flop.
it would be a cool time to check raise.
Sam going to take a shot? Nope.
No. He's had some bad boards for his pocket pairs the past couple hands. Another ace.
BMW Blake's got to think he often has the best hand, although Dan can have an ace as well.
Bets 100.
Digital Dan doesn't take any time at all. Get rid of the
This
gutter.
is just going to be the end of things.
Have to believe.
Blake shows again. He did one time flop or turn quads with that hand, with king queen.
Yeah,
in
that's
this
right.
session.
Hit the extra king.
And he bet it, which was cool.
It was, although he folded out the
Yeah.
the next best full house.
Yeah,
it was
so
a king,
that
king, king,
didn't-
9
wasn't
board.
It wasn't a great result.
Action Aaron folded
Yeah.
a 9 when he was last to act even. So that's not a great result. But I like betting it anyway. I think it's cool to bet quads. Now Sam is getting involved. I hope his dermatologist is okay with that. That's why he wears, the sweat stuff.
Yeah,
It's
obviously.
it's a skin thing.
It's kind of messed up.
I don't mean it.
Tell
Oh,
everybody.
yeah, you're right. I apologize. Not to Sam, obviously, but
Mitzif with a real hand, going to make it 55. Cantu with an unknown hand and a call.
Action Aaron with a known 7 deuce off, and he has called raises before, but look at the pain. It hurts him to fold this hand.
He's very pained.
Look
or
at
very,
that.
He might be really tired. I don't know.
I hope so.
Great discipline.
That should be an easy fold, Action Aaron. That's as easy as it gets.
Can never have too much discipline.
Sam's getting a pretty good price here, just like Digital Dan was in the last hand.
35 to win 145. Not bad.
He's going to peel, as they say.
It's reasonable. We don't know what Cantu has.
Oh, now we do. Ace Queen suited.
Interesting.
And he flops a flush draw, while Mitzif just has Ace King high. Sam has nothing.
Cantu has all the equity here. Actually, he doesn't, but he should. He should have all the
He
equity.
has the most playable hand.
I guess that's what it is. Yeah, I guess it's going to break out enough, and his hand is dominant.
Mitzif
enough.
is going quarter turtle, and he called.
Wow. Mitzif non-believer.
And he is still ahead on the 3 on the turn.
Cantu decides to check. And the river.
Oh,
that's
that
not a
is dirty. Mitzif is going to bet for value now, I imagine.
good- Well, someone's going to bet for value.
And Cantu is never folding.
Of course not. This is an easy call. Mitzif can be betting for value, and Cantu can be ahead. So I think the only question is, am I raising or not? And the answer has to be no.
Cantu is going to be disappointed to see how unlucky he got there.
Look at him. He's like, look how thin you were drawing to being able to win this pot. Of course, Cantu might have probably was going to check back the river if it bricked. But the pot would have been smaller. Cantu would have had to put in that extra 150.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty unlucky.
That's a painful one. You see the way he showed his hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at his face.
He's experiencing a little bit of the old frustration.
I'm going to call that a rueful look.
Yeah. Rueful.
I mean, I'm going to flop 2 overs and flush draw.
You say that because he's got like a room full of pain?
No, because the roof
Oh, the
Is-
roof is full of pain.
is on fire.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, some days you flop a really good hand and it just don't work out, and that was one of them. Usually that's going to happen to you more in limit hold'em than no limit, the way Brandon just lost that hand.
Yeah.
But Mitza found a way to make it work in no limit.
It's called rivering an ace and no hearts came.
Yeah,
Thank you, Aaron.
he rivered a 2 outer
Yep.
25.
to get paid.
To get paid. Yeah, king could come and he's not going to get paid.
Right, or it's the king of hearts,
Yep.
and he's going to lose money.
We got Aaron against Sam, and somehow Aaron has the best hand in a heads-up hand.
Well, Sam's in the big blind, that's why. And Aaron flops best as well. See if he decides to continue. He does not. Look at that. Actually, Aaron really toning down the
I
aggressiveness.
kind of like the check. I think you can get more value later, not from Sam's hand.
Yeah.
but
No, I agree. It just Action Aaron had been betting these kinds of things throughout his Poker Time career,
Yes.
but
The whole
this-
career.
This session, he's really changed. It's interesting. I wonder if it's a function of just time as he's like changed his game a little bit. He's adjusting for the players, he's adjusting for the stakes, or something else entirely. It's a mood thing.
Mood, feeling.
Like his ring is yellow, so
Yeah.
it's gonna, it's a mood ring,
Yeah.
obviously. So it's yellow, which means chill.
Is that what that means?
Blue means be calm. Green means just be at peace. Those are the 3 colors.
Those all seem pretty similar.
It's they're not particularly well selling rings.
Snuggy's turn to blind raise here.
BMW Blake could have played that one, but it would have been loose for sure.
Sam could have definitely played that one.
Yeah, probably just doesn't want to get in a spot where he's out of position against 2 players, and Wonka could raise. Chooses not to.
All right, we're seeing a flop heads up here. Snuggy making the straddle joke where he put in extra money as if he had the option.
That joke is never made in Portland, so it's pretty cool. Nobody has anything.
Check to the trying to raise it.
Whoa.
He just
Wow.
open folded when Nick checked.
There was no reason to do that.
He believed Wonka was doing some sort of trap.
Apparently, I fell off the turnip truck yesterday.
Wow.
That was an aggressive pull.
He said it's like I didn't fall off the turnip truck yesterday. So he thinks so Wonka said something that made Snuggy
Think that he picked up some sort of strength.
yeah, like he thought he had extreme strength and like a 10 he was basically drawing almost dead and didn't want to get involved.
Well, Snuggy's going to love seeing how right he was.
More hands after this.
Wonka had ace high.
Yeah. You can check and then see what happens. You can still fold later even if you make a pair.
It's
you
allowed.
You don't have to like
He was trying to make a showy fold,
Yeah.
like he had a read on Wonka, and I guess he just didn't.
his reads have not been super great this session with I think with the digital Dan Queens fold.
Ah,
A lot of cool hands here. Wonka taking a while, but eventually is going to call.
Mitzif with a beauty.
Yeah.
A lot of people's favorite hand in poker.
Yep. I like the Queen Jack suited personally, but to each his own, I guess.
And he flops
Whoa.
a flush draw while Sam flops an open ender.
All right, well,
Nothing for anybody else.
let's have also with the overs. He's going to bet it. Cantu with a whole lot of nothing. Has overs in the back door, but
Sam's going to at least call here.
yeah.
Raising is kind of cool because you can rep trips if you miss. But
He's
calling's
gonna call.
fine. Calling's fine too.
Yeah, calling's totally reasonable.
Now he can rep a flush draw if he misses, but that's not going to work out against Mitzif.
Right, if a diamond comes, he can rep that too. That's right. It's pretty cool.
Well,
Well, Sam's drawing dead.
yeah, Sam is drawing dead, and Mitzif checks his
Wow.
flush, and now I
What a
imagine
check.
Sam is going to rep the diamond because
You have to.
that has to be part of the call when you call with the open ender on this board.
You absolutely have to bet this as Sam. I think.
Well, he's going to get some bad news.
I don't think he's going to fold out Mitzvah for this price.
I don't think there's a price.
There might be a price. The
Maybe
board's
if he
paired
moves in.
on the river, but that ain't going to happen.
I mean, on the turn.
Oh.
And Mitzif quickly calls.
If Sam bets 3 times the pot on the river, maybe he can get Mitzvah to fold.
All right, this is
Sam
interesting.
gets there.
Sam makes a straight here. Mitzif's going to bet out a flow. We've seen him do that a lot.
Yeah, it's true. He's thinking about it. It's an interesting spot. You really don't want your opponent to check back, but he does check. Sam's going to bet for value, right? I mean, Mitzif can easily have trip 5s. It makes perfect sense.
Or an overpair.
Yep.
Mitzif was the initial raiser.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, he
actually.
wasn't?
No.
Okay.
I think he limped.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But he can have a 5 for sure.
And Sam is definitely betting, and this is definitely for value.
Oh, no question.
And I
gonna
imagine
get called.
Mitzif's just going to snap call.
Well, it's not snap, but it's pretty
It's
fast.
essentially a snap call. And
Sam's
Sam's
gonna-
going to get some bad news here.
Sam's got to think he has the best hand.
Absolutely he thinks he has the best hand.
And there we go. Now he
No.
knows that everything he's thinking is wrong.
And he's experiencing sadness now. I've been there. I've been there, you know?
It's an emotional game.
It can be.
That's tough for Sam. He just lost about $500. It's one of the last hands of the night. He was profitable. I don't know if he is anymore.
Yeah, we only have 1 or 2 hands left. Maybe just 1.
Yeah, so that's that hurts a little bit, but that's just the way the hand went.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he did anything wrong.
No, I think he had to call the flop. I think he really should have bet the turn. I think he absolutely should have bet the river for value. So, and I think calling pre-flop is totally reasonable.
Yep.
So it's just going to happen. Hey, Brandon Cantu not calling under the
Nope.
gun.
Blind raising this time.
I think you should raise to some huge amount, like $400.
That would be funny.
Makes it for some interesting dynamics.
Glad to hear that.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
BMW Blake trying to decide, should he lock it up or raise it up?
Lose it up.
And he's going to... Okay.
He was sad. He seemed sad about
Took
it.
some serious time. Digital Dan throws away the King
folds.
10.
Wow. Guess he's not interested in playing the last couple hands.
Mitsif is interested in playing.
Well, he does have. He only has to call 10. He's got
yeah.
4 deuce suited.
Oh, this is an easy call.
Yeah. And that's an
Wow.
incredible flop for the 4 deuce suited. He's gonna check.
Probably check raise.
I imagine he's gonna check raise.
I think you can check raise and happily get it all in. Yep, he's definitely reaching for some green. Cantu has to decide, is he going to be a hero again?
Well, Mitsif didn't raise pre-flop, so he doesn't have that many aces in his range.
He can have jack 3. He could have ace 3.
And now Mitsif picks up a
interesting.
pair, and he checks it again. And Cantu checks back.
I like that check by Cantu. Keep the pot small. Whoa.
Whoa.
A lot just happened. It's an earthquake.
Mitsif, he missed, and he threw something at the camera.
Cantu gets to win.
Yeah, he gets one with the jack.
Being a hero sometimes works out. With great power comes great responsibility, Brandon Cantu.
Oh, and the camera's all wonky now.
It's good. It's exciting.
Yeah, look at this.
Wow.
It's like a found footage movie. It's Cloverfield 5.
It feels like it's a college students have made a movie. You know.
Yeah.
Also, it's one or the other. It's J.J. Abrams is being a little experimental, or this is just Johnny in the dorm, the next dorm right.
Don't
over there.
tweet at us about the camera malfunction. Don't.
Oh God.
Just don't.
What have you done? What have you done?
Nobody tweeted us about that. It'll make us upset, and we'll block you.
So it was interesting. Cantu called on the flop, that check raise, and I don't know if he was going to call the turn or not if it was a brick.
Well, this is our last hand, which is why
it really?
Action Aaron has decided to limp under the gun with Jack 5, I think. Sam's going to raise, going to try to get some of that money back after losing that big pot.
45.
I hope he gets to win pre-flop so we don't have to show the flop cam.
Folds.
See, everyone
Nope.
else is getting up.
No
and
such luck. We're going to show you the diagonal flop now.
It doesn't look that bad. Oh, we're never going to get a sponsor again.
Somebody knocked
Look
that
at
thing off
That's
kilter.
pretty funny.
Well, Aaron
Flop.
flops middle pair, although it is all diamonds.
All diamonds. Sam has no equity, but it looks like Aaron's going to bet it, and I can't imagine anything's going to happen, but that will be the
And
end.
Aaron gets to win the last hand of the entire session. Check back next week. We will have more Poker Time Cash Game.